Hello, I am Barbara McGowan, Vice President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. Last year, on February 4th, 2020, the MWRD held a history-making ceremony by raising the African American flag for the first time in our 131-year history as an expression of support for the Black community. Today, we again kick off our celebration of Black History Month by raising the African American flag in support of the Black community and our commitment to diversity. The MWRD celebration of Black History Month began in the 1980s. At last year's inaugural flag raising, my good friend and African American historian, Dr. Conrad Worrill, spoke to us about the history and symbolism behind the flag and the African American men and women who created a path for others to follow. Dr. Worrill stated, and I quote, "The shoulders of African American men and women who we stand on today, we owe so much for their leadership." Though Dr. Worrill passed away in June, he is still with us in the many people who work tirelessly as civil rights activists. He accomplished much in his 78 years on this earth, including working to elect Chicago's first Black mayor, the Honorable Harold Washington. He was active in increasing the observance of Kwanzaa. He was an activist with the Million Man March. Dr. Worrill was a founding member of Black United Front, an organization that addressed the major issues that impact African Americans in current times. He also led the Center for Inner City Studies at Northeastern University. He is truly missed.
Hello, I'm Kari K. Steele, President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago Board of Commissioners. Red, black, and green are the colors of the Black Heritage flag. Red represents the blood of African people shed for liberation. Black describes people of African descent. And green represents the continent of Africa and all of its natural wealth, the land from which African people descended.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Buclet, a commissioner with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. Please take the opportunity to learn more about the accomplishments of African Americans and all that we've contributed to society as we present you with a bit of history throughout the month. Look in your email for a daily posting. And now, we will show you last year's inaugural flag raising ceremony.
So the red, black, and green flag came into existence during the first International Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, led by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey in New York. More than 25,000 black people from around the world met in Madison Square Garden throughout the month of August. And the flag was a reaction to a song that had been created in the early part of the 20th century, saying that everybody had a flag in the world but the coons. And this kind of got sort of a reaction among black people who attempted to create a flag prior to the Garvey flag, but it really didn't catch on until the UNIA convention. So through the Declaration of Rights of the Negro Peoples of the World, they created a flag with colors red, black, and green. The red standing for the blood that black people had shed, the black standing for who we are, people of African descent, and the green signifying the continent of Africa that African people sprang from. So it was at this convention on August 31st, the final day, that it was declared that these colors and this flag would represent the black peoples of the world. And as a result of that, over the years, many countries during the independence movement in Africa quite interesting, adopted these colors. So if you travel around the world, in the Caribbean, on the continent of Africa, in the black nations of the world, you will see some semblance of these colors in the flag. So this flag has been somewhat universally adopted by black people, people of African descent throughout the world. And along with the flag, when it was unfolded in 1920, a pledge to the flag was created. And this is the pledge. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it in time to come. Red blood shall flow of it, historians shall write of it, great flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 millions back of it, whose destiny depends on it, the red, black, and green of it, old flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men shall dream of it, face shot in shells of it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors brought and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it, thanks to God for giving it, great flag of mine. And so this pledge now is well known throughout African communities of the world, and during various celebrations when the flag is on the stage, these words are repeated as the pledge to the black flag. It was historic that the Water Reclamation District, as a government agency, decided to raise these colors after all these years. It was significant, it was historic, it expanded black people's understanding of history in relationship to the Garvey movement, in relationship to Dr. Carter Woodson's contributions, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey and his leadership. So it made a connection to African people in the world in relationship to being inside of the United States, and the red, black, and green colors being unveiled next to the flag of the United States of America on a government building for the first time in my knowledge that this was ever done.